This is a story about Ardy and I, about why I shouldn't have an orchid, but I have one anyway. One time, I went on a date with my wife to the gardens by the bay. At the souvenir shop, I was smitten by this beautiful orchid. My beautiful wife saw how much I liked it, so she bought it for me and named it Ardy. Now, on to the first reason why I shouldn't have an orchid. On the very first day that I got him, I almost killed him. After getting Ardy, we went to the supermarket. We went in, I got a shopping basket, and I put Ardy inside the basket. While browsing for some fruits, I put the basket down, and bam! The handles went down and clipped Ardy by his stalks. I was horrified. I felt like a giant who just stepped on a tiny gnome. Determined to make things right, I went to the pharmacy, I got some medical tape, I asked for some straws, and I actually splintered Ardy's stalks. It was pretty good. I was quite happy that his stalks survived for a few more days with all his blooms. So that was the day I had to face that an orchid might be too fragile for my reckless self. Another problem is that I often go on long trips for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Ardy, being a plant, needs watering at least once a week. With no one home to water him while I'm away, every trip that I go is a drought season for him. I tried setting up some watering system, but I couldn't get them to work properly. There was one 3 weeks long trip when I thought to myself, if he couldn't survive these 3 weeks, maybe we're not meant to be. At the end of the 3 weeks when I came back, not only was he alive, he was blooming. I felt so bad. Not only he was all alone, all thirsty, all shriveled up, but yet he still bloomed for me. So, the next time I'm away, I'll get the neighbor to water him. Another reason why I shouldn't have Ardy, I'm not exactly a green thumb. I don't know anything about gardening. A month into his stay, he was visibly outgrowing the tiny pot that he came in with. So I had to find him a new pot. But what do I know about potting an orchid? Did you know that Ardy doesn't even live on soil? You see this? This is not soil. Ardy is an epiphyte, means in the natural world, he lives on trees. Anyway, thanks to the internet, especially this YouTube channel, Miss Orchid Girl, I managed to learn quite a bit about orchid gardening. So I got him a new breedable pot. I found a suitable bark chips mix to pot him in, and I transferred him into his new pot, which he actually outgrew in just 3 months. So I had to repot him again, and this time he was too big, so I split him into 2. Back then, I really didn't know if it was gonna work because this half looked really sad. Like it was just stalks and no leaves. Finally, he actually bloomed with one flower when he had no leaves at all. And today, he's full of life. So technically, this is Ardy number 1 and this is Ardy number 2. Do you think I have a green thumb? Leave me a like if you think I have a green thumb. Next, I'm too sentimental. I really love watching him flower. From the first moment that his first flower spike shoots out, I would dream about his purple petals blooming. To me, it's like a reward for watering him all this while. I also get really sad when he starts to wither. Literally just before I started shooting this morning, one of his flower petals just withered. See? Yeah, if only blooms can last forever, right? I also get really worried when he turns yellow or forms dark spots. Like, oh no, Ardy, are you dying? So I kind of have to accept that for me to enjoy his blooms, I might also have to watch him wither and maybe get hurt. It's a full cycle of life and still find it hard to accept, but I feel it's worthwhile. If you like fun stories like this, check out that time when I wasn't allowed to get on board my flight to Canada. See you there. Hey Ardy. Good morning, how are you? Are you thirsty?